Hello, hello everyone, and welcome back to my crafty mind for you. It's Lori here. Today, this hopefully will be the last video of the altering of our puzzle pieces. I'm going to zoom in because there have been a few changes that I did. I didn't quite like the white little circles that I had done here, the dots, and I went ahead and I put little black gems. And I also added, I'm not sure if in the last video, I would have to go back and look at it, if I had added the faux black stitching on this, but I went ahead and did that, so that's going to be different. Nothing to the back, everything's still the same on that one. This piece here with the map, I went ahead and instead of I had just colored the key, well, not colored, but had just inked it up with a bit of distress brown, a type of brown ink. And I don't remember if I had added the gems or not, so that might be different. I went ahead and I put some Rub and Buff Gold Antique on this key to give it that shine. And I'll show you what that is here. It just didn't look finished to me, and I needed that finishing touch to it. So this stuff is very nice. It is the Gold Leaf Rub and Buff, and you can get this on Amazon. I've had this for about, I want to say 6 years now, and different colors, and they last a very long time. I had thought about adding some patina to it, but I figured it had enough of the blue, so I did not go with it. But they do sell this, sorry about the glare, this Gilder's Paste Wax in patina color, and I'm sure you can get it in just about any color as well. That you brush on unless you want to use your fingers. I just use a simple paintbrush and I brush on these rub and buffs. And then of course you'll take a paper towel, or if you have a cotton ball or something, and just make sure you get all the excess ink off so it's not going to rub onto your project or onto your fingers. So I believe that was all that I had done extra to that one. On this one here, I believe these were also in the color clear. This is a bit of a bigger gem, but I went ahead and I thought the green would accent it very nicely. So I went ahead and I used an alcohol marker, Copic alcohol marker, and went ahead and colored onto these gems and added those on there. Those are the only differences that have been done to these particular pieces. So zooming back out, today what I would like to do is hopefully finish these last two pieces. Oh, sorry about my big hand there. I'm trying to zoom a little bit in. Working on these last two pieces that we had talked about putting a paper clip on and adding some dangles. And there's going to be two ways we can do this, two options. I am leaning more toward going with the ball pin, and you can buy these in bulk on Amazon. I'm sure maybe even on any website that sells pins, sewing products. You can even find these when you buy clothing at like Dillard's or maybe even TJ Maxx or places like that. Look at your clothing. They hang tags on these. Take these off. You can use them. And so if we wanted to go the paper clip route, what we would do, let me find the one that matches this. Here we go. And I went ahead and set this up so you could see what we would do if we were going to use the paper clip route. But it is a little bit more tedious and a little bit more bulky. What you would do is you would punch out a paper circle. Okay, you would seal it so that it matches the shine of your paper. I didn't use the same exact paper pattern that it was on here. I don't know if I had any left or what the reason was, but I had chose something that matched, You would then just glue this portion back down here with the hot glue gun, or you could use Fabri-Tac or any kind of good strong glue that you have, Gorilla Glue. You would glue that there, leaving the wide side open. So you would glue this down. This would, you want your big part of the pin, hope you can see that, the safety pin, the paper clip, to be able to clip your papers or your journal. You want to leave the big part in with this little part, just a little bit of it, hanging out to attach your dangle of beads or whatever it is that you want to hang on there. Now, that can be a bit bulky, so this is where this nice little ball pin comes in handy. And what we would do with this is this can go just about anywhere, so it would give you many options of where you would like this to hang. It could hang off of the edge of this little tip here. It could hang off of the bottom. It could hang, you know, just about anywhere. And all you would have to do is punch a little hole and put your paper, well, it's like a paper clip. I mean, like a safety pin. It's a ball pin, and it works just like a safety pin. Let me put that on a white paper so you can see that better when it's open. If you're not familiar with these, that's what they look like. Here's a black one. Okay, and it's a lot lighter on your project, less bulk. And I thought, you know, that might be the way to go with these instead. You could use, if you have a crocodile, you could use a crocodile tool. It comes with two different sizes of, you can see that piercing side there, and also you would just, it actually comes with three, or two. That's to set it, is it? Yeah, that's to set it. So you got your two piercing right here up on top. You have the larger one, and then you have the smaller, see if we can see that, the larger one and the smaller piercing tool here. Now, if you're wanting a smaller hole, which I'm wanting because this is a very, very, very thin pin, I don't want a huge hole to where it's just going to be all over the place. If you have a pokey tool of some type, you can just poke your hole, you know, fairly close to the edge, not so close to where it's going to, you know, rip off, but you know, a good maybe 1/8 inch away from your edge, wherever it is that you want to poke that. I have not done that yet. I had not decided yet exactly where I wanted it, but I thought, well, if this is going to be used as an embellishment, then this would be nice to have. Okay, since I don't have really anything on the back that's anything decorative, this would be nice as an embellishment to put, say, on top of a journal, or on top of a page, or on top of a project that you're doing. But if I wanted it for a paper clip, which I kind of did want this one for a paper clip, I would either be, I'm going to zoom out here, make sure you can see what I'm doing. I would either be, since this is my right side up, this is going to be a little bit odd for me because I can't work backwards, but I would either be putting it in from this side so that my book pages, let's see if I have a book handy here. My book pages are being clamped this way into my paper clip with this little bit sticking out, and my dangles hanging down, which would look really cute on my journal. Now, if I chose to put it up top, that would leave me putting it about right here. And then again, I would go ahead and catch my pages from the top of my page, and my dangles would hang over, but that would kind of be a problem unless I had a long dangle chain, which I could. I could always get a beaded dangle. Let's see if I have one here handy, and I do. and I could clamp it. They come with a little lobster clamp, a lobster clip, lobster clamp, I'm not sure what they're called, but it would hang over like this, and then I could hang a real pretty little gem there, a dangle of some kind, a charm. So that would be an option. But I am kind of liking this little, where did it go? My ball pin choice, because it leaves for more of an option, you know, to do what they would like to do with, especially in a situation like this. Maybe it's just something they just want to use, you know, as a piece to just to play with, or they want to show this side or this side, and then they would have an option. Because if I was to put a paper clip on this one, for example, I'm going to be covering up some of my map words, and that's okay. If I'm not going to use that side, that's perfectly fine. But if I wanted to use that side, then that really limits me. And this is the prettier side anyhow, so that's the side I would be using. So anyway, those are options that you could do. Meanwhile, keeping that in the back of our mind, I'm going to finish this one here that we did not complete decorating. I'm going to scoot this over. These are just some beads that I had taken out. I'm going to push all this up a little bit out of my way. And we're going to go ahead and put this together. Now, I went ahead and I selected these prior to the video so that it would help us with minimizing your time while I searched. I also took the opportunity to color, and I thought these would look really cute in green. I tried the purple, and I think it's just a bit much. So I like the green. It makes it stand out more. And we'll be adding this with some hot glue, and we will take it from there to see exactly what we're going to do with the pin, how we're going to do this. So I like this at an angle, and I know you're looking at me upside down, and I apologize. My camera's in a little bit of a different angle today. I'm going to scoot this in, and I'm also going to zoom in. And I'm going to start my hot glue gun. Because this flower is bulky, I want it to stick on there fairly well. I do have my ribbon tied with wire, and I could use Fabri-Tac, but I want to make sure that my wire stays down fairly well. And so I'm going to hot glue this on with just a dab, not much. I'm not going to overdo my glue, so I don't want it too bulky. But I've got to heat my glue gun up here. Get rid of that for a minute, and we'll get started here. I hope everyone is doing well. Right now my little one is down with a fever, but it finally broke this morning, thank the Lord. She had been down since Sunday. Today is Tuesday, and her fever was up there. 100.4, and then it went up to 100.9, keeping it down with Tylenol and giving her some antibiotics that we had here at home. And natural herbs seem to do the trick. I didn't want to take her to the hospital because there's just so many viruses going on right now, and if I have the stuff handy here at home, well, why not use it, right? So I don't want to cover up my purple here. I want that to show, and I do have quite a bit of silver going on here and here, which is kind of blotting out a lot, and I have a lot of red going on here, but I want to keep my red, so I'm going to place this up a little higher, and let's just see if our glue gun is hot enough yet, and it is. Now what I'd like to do is go with my next piece, and I'm going to be putting that right there. I want to separate these I want to fluff it up. And I did take my lighter and I singed the edges of my ribbon so that it would not fray. Also, when I cut the stem off of this, I took this apart and I put Fabri-Tac in between so that this would not pop off. I'm going to pull my glue stick out just slightly because it drips. So I'm just going to press that in place for a minute. I had to do something to this. It was just looking too unfinished. So I'm done with my hot glue gun. I'm going to unplug that now so it doesn't drip everywhere and put it back in its safe home. Now I'm going to take these gems here, get that out of my way, and I'm going to use these green ones. Now I know these have a sticker on the back, but I don't want these coming off. So I have a tendency to add an additional glue. If I can get that off of me. It's just something I like to do. I like to make sure that my projects are going to last wherever they're going, whether it be gifted or it be in my Etsy store. I don't want anybody's projects falling apart. None of us do. And if you can pick it up with your fingers, that's awesome. If not, you can always use one of these gem pickup tools. Pick me up tool is what it's called. And I'm sure they have other names for them. That's just what mine is called. I've never had a problem with my alcohol ink coming off when I have ever used it to color gems. I've never heard of anybody having a problem. If you've ever had a problem, please share that. I would like to know. Be a little bit cautious on that. So there's my finished altered piece, puzzle piece. This is the back. Again, it's got two really cute little sides, but this will be my front. Now, moving on to what am I going to choose for my my beads? Am I going to use the paper clip, or am I going to use, if I use the paper clip, oops, those weren't quite dry yet, back in spot, better let that one dry. We'll move on to the red one. And that was my neighbor's car. See what we decide for this one. Paper clipping this one. If I paper clip this one, I'm going to use the top. I think, well, let's see where it's going to fit, because you want to cover this edge here. Because you're going to use this big part and you don't want this getting in your way, so you want to glue that down, but you want to make sure that this little cut part here is also covered and glued down. So doing that, I would have to make sure that I have enough to grab, and I do, to grab my little dangle that I would create, and that would look really cute. See that? So there's that choice, or I can go ahead and I can poke a hole. Oh, there's my UPS man. And I can go this route and just have my dangles this way. And I think I want to go that route because actually it would be a lot easier and a lot faster. But if I do the paper clip, I have the best of two worlds on this one, because there's really nothing pretty on this side. So I think we'll go with the paper clip on this one. Skip that, and we'll decide later on this. But we need to glue this down. And let's see if my glue gun is still hot enough. Hopefully it is. Push my glue stick back in. And it is. That's great. And make sure I get all of that glue covering this pin. And that I leave enough space. And press it in there really good. Holding that paper clip down. Oh, and you know what? I just did this backwards. My bad. That's okay. It'll pop off. Just did it backwards because this paper clip, my bad, thank God I took that off quick enough, has to clip this way. Hello. So see, we will make mistakes, but they're fixable. So let me plug this back in because by now it's gotten a little cooler. It'll heat up fairly fast because it did have the, give it a couple seconds. Let's see where we're at. And we're good. So we'll make sure we're covering those rough edges on that paper clip. And now we got it. We got that big part. I knew it had fit earlier. I was just wondering why it seemed like it wasn't fitting right. Why I didn't have enough playroom, but I do. Making sure my glue is nice and smooth in there, taking off any excess glue that is not needed. And you can leave it there if you want to, but it will bug me. So I will use my pokey tool. I will remove that excess glue. And I will be happy to get these altered paper clips finally done. I'll be so happy. And this has been, what, 7 video project? I started off with too many. I should have done a couple. So there we go. And this is the part that will clip to your pages, okay? And then we're going to create a dangle here. And we can do that. So what do we want to do with this one? This will be cute to just have as an embellishment. This way they can have a dangle on both sides. Where would I like to put my dangle? I think I can either have it here at the very bottom. What do you think? Or, yeah, I think that's the best place. Or here, even with, let me lay this on there. See where it's gonna look best. I could either have the dangle here by the puzzle piece here, or on this side, or I can have it here at the bottom, and I think it would look really cute at the bottom actually. I really do. I think that's what I'll do. So in order to get my piece up there, I want my hole, I sure hope this works, about midpoint. And the reason I say I sure hope this works is because I have never done this before. Then again, I've never done altered paper clips either. And that worked. Watch your finger in the back with this pokey tool. Okay, looks like I went straight through there, and I have. I don't want to make it too big. Now you can always add a dab of glue to seal that off. Wonder if I should go with a silver one. Let me get a silver one here. Give me a second. Because I have silver, I don't have gold on there. You can also buy these in color, just like you buy the paper clips. They do come in different colors. I don't want a colored one. I think I like the silver. It will match my leafing, my silver leafing, gilded leafing. Gilded flakes, actually, is what it's called. Yeah, I think silver is going to look a lot better here than these. So let's just see. And I'm thinking I want my closure in the back. That's going to be cute. So it's going to dangle straight down, or I can push that through and dangle it this way where it's a little freer, and I think that might be best. Let me just check something here. Yeah, because I don't want pressure, but it should actually be dangling from here. So let me just see. I might push that down further. There we go. And it will dangle this way. And you know, you could have the best of both worlds if you really wanted to. You could even still do the, you can tweak this a little. You can bend it a little bit and give it a more of a flat, instead of a dangle, give it a more of a flat lay. And you could still add a paper clip if you wanted to. Once the beads are on here, you're not going to have that problem of it moving because the beads are going to weigh it down. So our next step is to create our dangles. Whoop, I left my glue gun on. And I am creating some little bubbles. Get rid of this glue. Okay. So let's set those aside. See what we got here on our tray. And I will go ahead and zoom out so we can get a better look at our bead tray. Let's see what we got. For the red, we got red, black, white, and a tad bit of what looks like a gold leaf in there. You can see those colors that we're shooting for. There's even a little bit of pink. So first off, we want to match our paper clips. We want to use silver. And we will see what we're going to dangle here. Now remember, our dangle is going to go down. So we're going to need something to stop our bead. I'm going to put, well, sorry about that. I was trying to zoom in, but I wanted you to see the beads. I also want you to see how I'm doing this. So I went ahead and I put that little ball there. And how far down do I want my dangle? I don't want it to dangle past my puzzle piece. Or do I? I don't know. We'll see as we build it. So I like my big beads on the bottom. So we know that we can use white, and I'm going to pull some whites out that I think might look nice. I'm going to pull some blacks that might look nice. Got lint on this, sorry. And I'm going to pull out little reds that might look nice. A ladybug might look really cute. That would be really cute with the flower. Let's just take a peek. So we got our ladybug. I think the ladybug looks really cute. What could we put on top of our ladybug? We could put, there's this really pretty black one. I don't really like that. We could put a little bit here to space our ladybug. We could put white. Now this is just something that I did not prepare for. Okay, so we're doing this together. Oh, my lighting is not very good here. Let's see if I can. What's a gloomy day today? Maybe I should put something on the bottom that would bring out this ladybug. Let's see. Wow. How about, I still need this. And it doesn't have to be the ladybug. That's cute. I like that. We could put a flower, a rose. I don't want to put bulky things. This is kind of a dainty little project. That's looking really cute. Get my flower to turn. Maybe a white bead between those two would look pretty. That's cute. That's really cute. I like that. Okay. That really does look cute. Looks like a little vase. It's kind of hard to do this while spinning, but once I have it clamped down, it won't be doing that. So that's the little bead, if I can get it to focus. Hope that's focused. There we go. Lighting looks better there. What if I put a larger bead on top and not a rondelle, one of these little caps. Haha, kind of looks like a snowman. I don't like that. Okay, I think I like this. I'm going to stick with this. So now I'm going to finish off my bead, but I think I might need something to top off my flower. No, it's not going to work. Let's try this one. And sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't look right. In this case, I don't think it looks right. So I'm going to leave it at that. I am going to hopefully get more light here. Whoop. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to flip the picture. Just trying to get better lighting. I can scoot my chair and get some light from the... Scoot this over. Get some light from the window here because this lighting that I have is not doing too good. And then I will zoom in. That'll help. Get my tool. Now you want to, when you're creating these little dangles, you want to clip it just a finger's length above your bead. Now everybody does this different. This is just the way I do mine. You take your round, I don't know what they call these. I call them round nose tool, I guess. And bend it 90 degrees. And that's going to stop it from going. And then I'm going to come back up and I'm going to make my loop. I hope you can see this. It's kind of hard when I'm doing this on camera. It should roll just right into place. Right with your this is spinning on me, so it's a little difficult. There we go. Make your little circle, kind of bring it back. Make sure it's closed. And it should look something like this. Okay. I hope that's zoomed in. Okay, that's where you're going to attach your jump ring. Now you have different sizes of jump rings. Oops, thought I had one there. I'm going to try and match up that exact shade, but that's okay. That's the color I have. This is a little bit different. And this is really tiny, but I want it to dangle. So I'm going to add 2 jump rings. I'm just going to open your jump ring. These are so tiny. And I have not cut my nails because I needed them to pick up these beads. Normally I cut my nails to play keyboard when I am able to. Lately, because my arm has been injured, I've had to stop for a while. I don't think I opened this one enough. They're so tiny. Yeah, I've got to open that a little bit more. And you never want to pull them apart. Whoop. You want to pull them away from each other. You never want to open it, and I'll show you what I mean. You want to pull them away from each other, because if you open it the other direction, pulling it open, you will weaken your jump ring. Let's see. Still a little bit tight. I don't want to open it too much. But I'm having a hard time because these are so tiny. This little jump ring is so tiny. I rarely work with such tiny jump rings. Now I'm going to close this one up. Most of the time you can just squeeze it with your pliers and close it. And that looks closed to me, but let me get my glasses just to make sure. Yes, that's closed. Okay. And then I'm going to attach this one. It's got to be a little bit bigger. The paper clip is thicker gauge. Okay, so you saw how I closed that one because it's a bigger jump ring. That's necessary to do that to make sure I get a good closure. This one, and I don't want to bend my jump ring, so yeah, I needed to do that. And I might need to close this one just a little bit more. So I'm going to do the same thing. If I can get these. There we go. And that's closed. Come on, focus here. Okay. So there's our cute little embellishment. I think it's cute. I think it's adorable. I love how it dangles, and it's a paper clip. So yes, we can do a paper clip, and we can do a little gem on it, or a dangle. That will look really cute. So let's put it on a page, on a book, and see how it looks. I have a book here. So you can see it will grab from the back, and your little dangle is cute. Will hang outside of your page. Isn't that cute? I think that's just the cutest little thing. Of course, it doesn't match this book, but I think it's cute. So when I close my book, I'm going to have this little dangle outside of my book. And that's really cute. Let me close it right. And that's just something that'll make your little journals look a whole lot cuter, give it a little more interest. I think it's cute when you open it up. You got your page marked with your puzzle piece and your little dangle. So yeah, that's how we would do that. So there's that one with the option of a paperclip dangle. And on this next piece, we're going to work on a dangle for this one. And we're not going to use the option of a paper clip on this one. I'm going to make this hole just a little bit bigger because I do want that to fit in there better. So I'm going to try and punch it with this setting. I don't know if this is going to work because this is not a puncher, but a punch hole punch. But I know that it might make a hole. Let's see. I guess I could have used my awl. Yeah, that didn't. I could just push this in a little further. There we go. And then just take my scissors and cut off any excess of paper that was there. I can always touch that up with the color of ink. A little bit wider. And let's make sure if it's going to fit the way that I would like it to. And then we'll worry about coloring it. So I'm going to pull that down. Oh, great. And it does. I love it. Yeah, it worked, guys. It worked. Oh, come on. I need more light here. I'm so sorry. Okay, so that worked. Now that that worked, I can go around with my red because that's what's on this side is red. And take my alcohol ink and color the area of that hole on the back side. It doesn't really need it, but I'm going to touch it up anyhow with green. Looks like a grassy color of green that I used. Ah, there we go. And now you'll never know, right? Well, we'll know. Okay, now let's pick our beads for this one. Now this will be pretty with reds, purples, greens. It's gonna be pretty. So let's move this stuff out of the way. Now this is gonna dangle nice. Let me bring my beads back into the picture here. Let's see where we go with this piece. Alrighty, let me turn it that way for you. So I have a really beautiful purple flower, rose. I have a cute little ladybug. This is also really pretty. Beads. I want to put more reds and greens in there to kind of pop out this other. I think it would look best with greens. Greens and maybe purples would look really nice.